Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dimples on Demand, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing how much I made doing gig work or quote-unquote side gigs in 2020. Now I want to first start off by saying, to me, I classify gig work or side income anything that is outside of what I make on my full-time job. So as you guys know, I do have a full-time job and I do many gigs on the side to earn extra income. So I wanted to share with you guys how much I actually was able to bring in during 2020. Now we all know that 2020 was a very interesting year. We all experienced many different things, and if anything 2020 has taught us is to have all your ducks in a row. I decided to work even harder than I did previous years, and honestly, it has definitely paid off. So I wanted to just show you what I made per gig. So here I'm just showing you guys my profit and loss statement, which I've spoken about this before, and it is also available in my Etsy shop for sale. So what I do is I would input all of my earnings from whatever gigs that I choose to do from January to December. And I have broken it down by month, and I also have the name of the gigs that I do in particular. So not to just bore you guys and go through each one of these tabs, but we're just going to talk about the major gigs right now, because I do so many that to sit and talk about every single one will be a little boring. So we're going to talk about the top 5 gigs, in my opinion, because if I go through every single gig that I have done, it's going to be a very long video and you guys are not going to want to watch that. So we're just going to speak about the top 5, which in my opinion, that is Instacart, Shipt, Grubhub, UberEats, and DoorDash. Those are the apps that I've made the most money. So as you can see, I have this sheet here, and it just breaks down each gig that I've worked and how much I've earned for the month. And then I have these tabs here at the bottom, and I would plug in what I earned for that week's payment. So there you see DoorDash, you see Grubhub here. I have Instacart as well. UberEats. And what was the other one? Shipt. I have Shipt here. So like I said, I go through each week every time I get paid, and I would input my earnings on the specific tab. That then transfers to the main page into the income section. So instead of me doing all the math, like Excel to me is so smart that it basically does the work for you. So whatever I input on the previous tabs, it gets tallied here on the income sheet. And then I also have a tab for cash, because I know a lot of people might not want to count cash, but I'm going to count it because my CPA said that I should be counting it. So you guys can do what you want to do. I do count the cash that I earn. So that cash is also here. It has a tab on the income sheet as well. So let's just go through the heavy hitters. Like I said, I count every single gig that I have done outside of my full-time job as income, side income. So you'll see that, of course, I'm on YouTube. I have YouTube income from Google AdSense, which I don't really make that much from YouTube, but I'm grateful for whatever I get. The partnerships that I have done on YouTube are also here. The things that I've sold on Macari, everything is here on this main income sheet. I also have a sheet for my expenses that I have. So my expenses honestly were not that much for an entire year. I have the equipment that I purchased, the giveaways that I have done for you guys, shipping, my cell phone, car insurance, Easy Pass, parking, Whatever I sold on Etsy, I do have to record that as far as income, and then what I paid to sell that item, if that makes sense. So it's cost of goods sold, and whatever maintenance I had to do on my vehicle, of course, that gets recorded as well. What did I want to point out? In June, I had a big expense. Like, compared to all of my months, June was the month that I incurred the most expenses, and that is because I purchased my MacBook Pro. So because I use that primarily to work on my YouTube stuff, and it's considered a write-off because I do have a desktop computer, but I do use my MacBook for all YouTube activity. So June was definitely my highest, the most expensive month as far as my expenses. My other MacBook caught on fire, so I had to get a new one. So yes, all of the expenses are tallied here on this page. And then at the end, I do have my complete profit and loss, like the overview of the profit and loss statement. So as you can see on the income page, I made $43,000 for 2020. And if you deduct the cost of goods sold, I made $42,935. And then that transfers here on the profit and loss statement. And then a deduction of my expenses happens here as well. And then you get my net income. So I was able to profit $34,699 after all of my expenses. Now, again, I want to stress that this is side income. So when I look at this number, I am so grateful, and I'm proud of myself for even doing this. Like, this is a big deal to me. You all know that I hustle. You know that I understand what it is to work hard. And it is great to see it on paper or on a computer that the hard work actually does pay off. And for people who don't have much faith in the gig economy, listen, you can make money out here. Like, if I'm making this much part-time or on the side, imagine what you can do if you did it full-time. With this money, I was able to do so many things. I now have a sense of, like, I don't really stress about money that much. I'm not saying that I don't, but I don't stress as much because I was able to put a great deal in savings. I was able to purchase a car, I bought a house. So the side income has definitely helped me achieve these goals. It is now 2021 and I have new goals that I want to achieve. And of course, I'm going to use the side gigs to push me forward to get to where I need to be. Also, once I complete this, so I actually fill this out, and I don't want to lie and say that I'm diligent. I'm filling it out every week because I'm not, but nevertheless, it does get completed, and I will email this to my CPA along with all of the 1099s and the W-2s that I have received, and I'll send that to the CPA, and it actually makes the CPA's job easier, which, yes, you're paying your CPA, but the process is a lot smoother if you have your things in order, actually. So I send this over to the CPA along with my miles that I've been tracking. And you guys know that I use the Stride app to track my miles. And Stride allows you to print out or save as a PDF a full breakdown of all the miles that you have driven throughout the year. So I attach that to this file as well, or to the email, and I send it over to my CPA, and then we have a conversation. Like, we speak in depth about the income, the expenses. So you guys know that I recommend getting a CPA. I know that you can file your taxes at places like H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt. There's nothing wrong with that, but I personally suggest that you get a CPA that you can actually sit down and have a conversation with. My CPA, we speak, and if I don't understand something, we're going over it again and again and again until it clicks in my mind, because I need to know what I'm doing as well. And I trust this individual who studied this, who has a PhD in this, like in accounting, and he's teaching me at the same time while we're doing the taxes. So again, this spreadsheet is available in my Etsy shop. I'm going to tell you 100%, it makes life so much easier, because nobody wants to scramble at the end of the year to figure out, oh my God, like, how am I going to get my receipts together? What did I actually spend my money on? It's just too much. So this has helped me out tremendously. Just to know that I was able to make $43,000 in 2020 is amazing. So my new goal for 2021 is to, of course, make more than I did last year and just try to stay positive. I almost forgot to show you guys that there is a tab labeled chart, and that tab you're able to get a visual of what you have made throughout the months as far as your income versus your expenses. I also wanted to point out that I did purchase a new vehicle, and that is going to be used to help me with my taxes as well. My CPA always says if it's ordinary and necessary, then it is deductible. So keep that in mind. So yes, that is it for this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe with your friends. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.